Welcome to another exciting episode of the Million Dollar Peddlers. I'm Paperboy.
And I'm Mr. Magazine.
And it's Hump Day Happy Hour Salute. And today we didn't enjoy anything whatsoever.
Nope.
Wait till you hear this tale of woe. But before we tell you about this and why we're here and what this is behind us and the whole change to everything, we give a shout out to a good friend of the channel, Primetime Treasure Hunter, with his live show after ours. Today he has a live auction. So good luck to him. Hopefully his day goes better than ours. Looks like a few people are here, so...
Yeah, we have Magic Michael in the house, Magic Michelle, and Magic John Jones as well.
Oh, John Jones almost had a heat stroke, he says there. Sounds familiar.
I feel that right now. I'm getting a little sweats right now.
Well, why don't you tell what happened? Well, let me start. We're gonna do the show a little out of order today. I'm going to tell you the glitch of the week.
Wow, Magic Popeye's in the house awfully early. It's going to be a good show now.
I'm going to tell you that we're starting with the glitch of the week.
All right.
The glitch of the week winner, and I've got other ones written down, we'll get to it the normal part of the show, is RG&E, Rochester Gas and Electric. So, how did my Facebook auction on Monday go? Did you notice me bringing a lot of things in for Facebook or not too many?
Not too many.
I brought zero in. Do you know why I brought zero in?
And I don't know why.
Because I came home from the day job, and the power was out. And the power was out on Monday until 5-something at night. So I had no power for 5 hours on Monday. I was less than happy. Yesterday, I had my Whatnot show. And my Whatnot show started at 4 o'clock, and it got done at 5:15. And at 5:17, the power went out. So tonight...
Is it your street, the area? What's going on?
The first one was the street. Mondays was the street. Tuesdays was the street. Jumping ahead. Mm-hmm. So I'm resting up before the show today about roughly 5:17, 5:18, something like that. The power goes out again. And so I check online on the outage thing.
Yeah.
And it says it's going to be back up at 9 o'clock tonight. We have a 7:30 live show.
We do.
That makes it a little difficult to do a live show at 7:30 with no power.
Correct.
So we scrambled around. We enlisted Random Neighborhood Kid. Big shout out to him. He came through.
Very lucky.
We were able to make it over here to the warehouse, hence the back behind us. Mm-hmm. Of course, right when we were getting set to shoot a couple of studio shows, Mrs. Paperboy texts me and says, "The power's back on. Are you coming back?" I said, "No, we're going to stay here just because." She texts 3 minutes later, power's back out again. So... thanks to my local utility, I'm thinking from now on we're going to do our shows in Somalia or Afghanistan because at least they have better power.
Well, we might as well tell them that it's 95 degrees out.
It is 95 degrees. It's about 110 in the warehouse with no air conditioning.
Yeah, I'm getting some hot flashes as well, some sweats, and so I'm going to be wiping my face here and there every now and then. So just bear with me as well. But in the meantime,
hold on, before you introduce everybody else, the other funny thing, we've shot here in the warehouse before.
What, a year ago?
Well, people know we have. Right when we were sitting down starting to shoot the first live video, it starts raining. So you start hearing the rain all over the thing. I said, what could possibly go wrong beyond that? So, but we're here.
We are
That's
here.
The important thing.
All right. Magic Lewis in the house.
And we're not the only ones who are here.
That is true. Magic Dawn as well. Magic Lori and Magic Michael still here. So we are ready.
We are, so...
let's get the party started. And
all right.
What do you got?
We now join the show, the regularly scheduled show.
110 degrees. Holy crow.
Yeah, it's 95 or something.
I've been working with a couple employees today, like organizing. I got one guy that's really good at organizing, moving boxes and stuff, and he was able to work 4 or 5 hours. I go, you know what? It's bad here. We need to get this done. Let's do it. So the three of us were working for 5 hours in the 90-degree warehouse, so... maybe that's why I'm lightheaded, but, we got a lot done. I'm happy.
Yeah. Dawn was afraid she wasn't going to make it either. She was saying, raining hard here. There we go. Tornado warning. Oh, boy.
Crazy.
All right. So after all the fun that was to bring you this show, we wanted to bring you behind the scenes. And we got the different backdrop today. So that's that. How are sales? Why don't we start there? Oh, so 116. Real feel.
When was Amazon Prime Day for a few days?
Yeah, last week, right? Yeah.
Amazon was up, everything was great when eBay was down a little bit. Now Amazon's down and eBay's doing well because we're selling some high-end stuff, getting very lucky. So I can't argue. I got my employees doing more eBay. We're selling some phones. We're selling some high-end cards, autographs, and so forth. So I think that's the reason I'm doing well with eBay, but my normal stuff is not selling just like everyone else. So.
Kind of wondering, everybody out there, if you could let me know how your eBay sales are going as well. And the reason I asked, do you recall, well, I was going to say sitting here last week, but we weren't sitting here last week. When we were sitting at the live show last week, do you remember my prediction? Okay, dead air is wonderful.
What?
You could just say no.
I did say I'm lightheaded. I did say right.
Where I had said that...
I really wanted to guess, but go ahead.
What I tend to find is that when I list a lot, not a lot sells the week I list, but stuff sells the week after.
Yep.
Well, I only have 32 items up for auction, which means I've listed 32 items in 7 days.
Wow.
That's nothing.
Yeah.
And the week before, I had barely listed anything as well. My sales are good.
Mm-hmm.
I have really good sales, knock on wood. I have no idea at all why. Things are selling.
Well, it helps when you have tens of thousands of listings. Like
having 20,000 does help.
Yeah.
But I had 20,000 when nothing was selling, so it's not just that.
So, sorry, Lori's not liking today.
Horrible today. Okay, yeah, today's been a little bit slow.
Lewis is
Sales
good. My
okay,
sales
good.
have been pretty steadily good.
Up a little bit, good.
And my competitor up the road was crying a little bit about his sales because he's selling like cheaper stuff, lower end stuff.
Oh, 29,000 items. Ooh. Wow.
60%, wow, yeah.
Jeez. Well, yes, you are.
Of course you are. Good for you.
Yeah, today was a slow day. Today was fairly slow. Then again, maybe, I don't know, maybe RG&E, the local utility, has contracted with the rest of the country and nobody has any power?
Except this warehouse?
Except, that's the only place, and everybody out there watching on their phones.
Exactly.
Well, I sold 3 items on Etsy, which is fairly high.
Yeah.
And million.dollar.peddlers sold 8.
Wow.
That
one
is
person or multiple people?
Multiple people.
Wow, that's really good.
That is the first time
Christmas for that site.
I've ever sold more items in a week than I've listed on million.dollar.peddlers on eBay.
Nice.
So I'm not arguing, granted they're not high dollar items, but still not going to argue with that whatsoever. eBay's okay, working more on Whatnot.
Wow. Nice.
Clearing out lots of old stuff. I love that, yeah. How about buys? Anybody out there buying anything? How about you, Mr. Magazine?
Well, I sent you a 2-second video of the Disney Snow Globe collection.
It was good, but it was a little too long.
It was real quick. Anywho, so my box truck is 16 feet long. I don't know how high it is, but I did clear out 90% of it because I knew it was going to be a lot of stuff. And the picture, I mean, it was chock full from top to front to back. It was over 300, probably close to 350 snow globes. And the larger ones, not these little ones. There were some little ones in there, but I mean, we filled up 4 pallets. We unloaded today. We filled up 4 pallets. I mean, there's obviously multiples and duplicates, but I think we're going to make a killing at Christmas time.
Wow, nice,
Good stuff.
Anything else, or?
I bought a bunch of hockey jerseys someone came in with, but lately a lot of guys were trying to come in with stuff.
You should have told the guy, I'll buy them for you, but you got to wear them in. Watch them pass out.
How
long? One time I watched
them
pass out in the parking lots.
Yeah. But a lot of people coming in with high-end graded cards, just wanting too much money right now, and the market's a little soft, so I'm holding off on that.
Now, how about at the comic show? And then we'll get to what other people are saying.
Comic show, I spent a couple $100, bought 2 graded comics, 9/8 today. I just like the covers of them. Yeah. So a Batman one and a Spider-Man one.
Wow, a Batman one?
A Batman graded comic.
Oh.
One was Batman, one was Spider-Man.
Oh, wow, I got to buy from whoever you're buying from.
Yeah, well, and how many different Batman ones are there? There's probably a million newer ones, so let's not get silly.
Sorry, it's the heat.
Exactly. Let's see. Dawn sales are slowly getting a bit better. All right.
She tricked me. She had me going slow. So rough, not buying. Moving truck will be here next Thursday, which is packing and prepping. Oh, that's tough. Moving is tough.
Yeah.
Moving is very, very tough.
I hope I never need to.
Oof. I did once, and that's not good. Trying very hard not to buy. That is true, and they are
nice.
They are sitting right over there to be sent out.
Nice.
Indeed. And I do appreciate it. Thank you. Appreciate you. Lots of issues with eBay. Had a problem buy something 3 times. I got an error, and then paying was 2 attempts. Oh, we've got some other glitches this week. Oh, tell you me, we've got some glitches this week. It's got to be the heat. Got to be the heat. So I went to the comic show. I couldn't find anything nice for the collection. So I ended up spending $10, bought 7 items. Actually sold one of them already, which we do have featured in a bolo. So that's pretty good. So did sell one item for more than what I paid for everything. So cannot argue with that. The other problem that I have... very good. Long story short,
Corporate sponsorship, wow.
Popeyes has reached out to me, and a lot of other people have reached out amongst themselves. I haven't read the entire thread, but the long and the short of it, which obviously if it comes through, we'll definitely be announcing it here on the show as well as other people will as well. A lot of the Whatnot ephemera sellers are kind of getting together and going to be like almost doing a Ephemerapalooza day type deal,
nice.
or a 2-day period where,
I guess I should get some ephemera for you.
There we go. Everybody does like an hour show, hour and a half show, whatever it is. Assuming I have power, maybe I can, crank up the.
Well, what are you going to do if you don't now?
Tell me about it. Trust me, I'm
worried.
worried.
You should almost set up something here just in case.
Yeah, we do have this over here, so if all of a sudden I come in and I'm yelling quiet on the set, you'll know why.
You don't just think if it's during like work
During
hours,
middle,
because people are working and talking. So
Yep. Well,
do
they
the
won't
best you
be.
can.
They won't be. So the other problem that I'm finding is when I went to the comic show, I really need to bring my glasses in because I wanted to see what everybody had up on the boards, but I can't see. So I'm up there squinting and going, and I can't see, waiting for people to say, come on back, and nobody said come back, so I didn't spend any money.
Lit. Yeah. My 15-year-old uses that terminology.
Oh my God! Why are you belittling?
No, I'm not. I'm just saying. Let's cool. It's lit. Let's cool. Let's cool. Oh my God.
Jeez.
You're not lit, but other things are lit.
So I did end up going to an estate sale with the garage, and I walked through.
Well, finally, I get to find out. I got to say something.
What?
We used to talk every day. Now we can't talk about anything until we're here. So it's kind of like 6 days of I get bored. I don't hear him yelling at me, and I can't bother him. And then we got to wait till today. So let's hear it. I want to hear about the garage.
So I went to the estate sale. Beautiful house up on the lake. I got to start selling books. It was an unbelievable house. It was a gigantic house, a couple of side buildings, like 3 side buildings, right on the lake.
Nice.
It had to be, for Rochester area, it had to be $350,000 to $400,000 house up there, maybe even $500,000.
I was going to say half a million. Minimum. On the water, too?
But it's way out there, though, too. It's
still,
not.
I mean, you don't get much for $300,000 nowadays.
Yeah, maybe. Well, old prices,
right.
$350,000, $400,000, so it's probably $650,000 now.
Right,
yeah.
exactly. Yeah.
So I went through the house itself, and I ended up buying one thing for $2, and there was almost nothing in the house. So then I went up to the people, and I said, hey, I need to talk to somebody about seeing the garage.
Yeah.
Oh, the garage sold.
What?
Some young couple came in, paid the price, and bought it first thing this morning.
Holy cow.
I said, oh, darn, because I have nowhere at all to put it.
Yeah.
So then I talked to the lady running the estate sale, and I said, oh, thank you. You contacted me. Sorry I wasn't able to make it. A great deal. Do keep me in mind for further deals.
Sure.
Can you do me a big favor? And I gave her the business card. I said, can you give my business card to the person that bought it? I said, because they may not want everything in there, and if they need help hauling stuff away for, to sell, have them call me.
Wow.
Or if they're buying the entire garage, unless they just buy the garage and they don't list anything else ever, buy anything else ever, they're wheeler dealers also.
Sure.
So I'd like to have my business card out with them.
Yeah, they're not buying it just to put it in their garage.
We've got many fans. We have 2,101 fans. We just passed the 2,100 subscriber mark, so thank you to everybody that has subscribed.
I think they meant fans that keep us cool.
Did you say hi to Joe?
I did. Local Joe, what's up?
Jeez.
See, he needs all our fans to come down here, and we'll be cool.
Oh, they can. The Grape Leaves.
Yeah, that would be great.
But that was kind of interesting on the thing. I did peek through the window, and I saw some good old books. Then I saw some junk books next to it. So like a couple of coffee table art books next to it looked like an 1910s book that would be a really good book. So it was like, yeah, it's probably a $200 book and a $4 book and a $4 book.
Yeah, but you never got to look at the garage.
Never got to look at it. Nope.
That's too bad.
Nope, not at all. Did go to the flea market. The local flea market, the public market, that's dying. A couple of big dealers have left there, and they're going down to Avon. They're not even setting up there.
Wow.
I spent $5, and I'm not even sure what I bought. I started looking through a pile of stuff. The guy had some magazines and stuff, and the guy goes, $5 for the whole pile. I go, for that price? How do you not? So I ended up buying that.
Right.
So then I drove down to Avon, and some lady had stuff all over, like had blankets on the ground and had stuff thrown all over them, paper stuff and all that. And I said, how much is the stuff? And which is always a good thing to do when you're buying. Just call it stuff. How much is the stuff? And she goes, well, $1 to $5, but if you make a pile, we'll work a deal out with you. I said, all right, sounds good. So I started, and I made a pretty good sized pile, and they start looking through it. And finally the guy goes, the lady's husband was coming up with the price. She goes, $100. You'll probably make that out of the 3 items out of here. And I'm like, well, that's kind of the plan. Yeah.
Yeah, right.
So then I gave them the card, and they go, well, we're really not doing much with paper, but, anymore. We're kind of getting out of the thing. I go, well, you never know what you might find.
Yeah.
Another customer walked up to me and said, excuse me, can I have your card? I have a lot of paper. I said, well, yes, you can.
Sure. Absolutely.
So I ended up passing that out. And that's why you always carry extra cards with you when you're out there. You never know.
I never do, sadly.
Free lot of books from Freebies Alert. Some really good ones, including the Bachman book, Stephen King. Oh, yeah, those are good, the Bachman books. Yep, definitely are. And then somebody else had a pile of stuff. They wanted $1 a piece. I started making a pile. And then I've dealt with the guy before, and I was like, he's going to be really reasonable with the price. He had a bunch of movie stills for the 1950s, which I know will go good on Whatnot.
Yeah.
So I grabbed those and put them in the pile, and he goes, oh, you left a couple of pictures. Here, throw those in too. And he didn't change his price, and it was $20 for his big pile of stuff. So couldn't go wrong with that whatsoever. But it was interesting. While I was dealing with that dealer, one of his buddies who's a dealer came by. Do you know what it costs to set up at the public market, the flea market?
I have no idea.
$32. His buddy came by and said that the last week he had set up there, he sold $23 worth of stuff. So he basically paid $9 to give his stuff away and waste 6 hours of his life, or 8 hours of his life. That's not good.
No.
That's not good at all.
It's like selling comics on Whatnot.
Oh, wow. Shot across the bow. But yeah, it's kind of crazy over there with just the stuff that you can buy at the sales.
Gil's in the house. How's it going?
Hey, Gil. Yep. And he commented. He was watching some really early videos and commenting on them. I can't remember which one, but one of them I know he commented on, so definitely do appreciate that. Going to head on into Glitch of the Week, which, of course, we already know the winner is the local utility. But a couple of others. Have you been relisting stuff on eBay?
Yes.
Have you had any problems?
None that I recall.
So I had a problem, and I don't know if anybody else out there had this or not. Happened a couple of different days. I had the items at auction that did not sell. I click relist into store, and multiple items relisted, and some did not, and said could not relist due to an error.
Oh, I don't think I got those. Yeah.
The workaround? Click relist again, and they relist. It says fix errors. Or you click that, and it just relists them. So I don't know what was going on with that over there. Kind of crazy. So that was a glitch. Did you have any problems? Anybody out there have any problems with shipping on eBay today? And I get scared when you start seeing all these problems because that means they're doing something behind the scenes to screw everybody up.
I don't recall either.
Well, I was lucky enough to have that too.
Good for you. You had a good day.
Oh, I had a wonderful week. So basically, you'd go and you'd click to ship something out, and it just kept saying service not available. And then it was so funny. It shows this drawing of a box with tape on the top.
Yeah.
Which the Amazon smile?
Yeah.
It's like it's like a frown for Amazon instead. So literally the box has like this frown on it. So somebody in the art department is having a little bit of fun and making an upside down frown that looks like Amazon. So what I ended up having to do with that one is I had to run over to PayPal to print the shipping and then input it because I tried 8 different times and it kept saying on that one item shipping is down, and I was able to ship other things out. So always have a backup plan, whether it's Pirate Ship, whether it's Stamps.com, whether it's PayPal, because you never know what might be happening. Almost every one of them. Oh, that would get really annoying. That would get annoying. Oh, right. Yeah. I didn't have any problems after the other.
The fix is in.
That's crazy. Well, you
I
had
had an Amazon.
I was just going
issue,
to say, just got to. Yep,
I
go
actually
ahead.
remembered this one. Usually I forget them by the time we get here. But yeah, this morning printing records, whether on Amazon, whether it was a 45 or 33, it would only allow priority or first class. And it was on like 7 or 8 of them. And then I think the last one I did, it was normal.
Now, were you trying to change weights and everything? Trying all the tricks?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it would not let you do medium mail whatsoever. And then for records, what are you going to do? I put 15 ounces first class, which costs $6. You know. But
Yeah,
I mean,
right.
At least I move it out. You know. But,
Yeah, it's out and it's
Yeah,
it's
but,
better
you
than
know,
having it late.
And then towards the end of my listing, I don't know what time it could have been 8:30, and the last couple were normal. So I don't know if it was just a quick issue or what, but it was very weird. Yeah.
Well, talking about that too, something you need to watch out for as well if you're selling low weight items. Now, some parts of the country, first class is actually cheaper than medium mail. On like a 3 ounce or a 4 ounce item that, you know, like a booklet or something like that can go medium mail. Do check. You may save 10 cents or so sending it out first class. They get it faster and you save money. So that would be what we would call a win-win. Whoa, 3,000 free listings monthly. Nice. Bulk editing is a ton of errors. Okay, so yeah, they're definitely changing something in there. No doubt whatsoever about it, just to screw with everybody. Maybe they're in cahoots with my power company. And then I haven't seen Daniel Wasaki in here yet. Shout out to him. He did reach out to me. Remember how he had that problem last week where he sent something out first class and the post office basically said it had to go priority even though it didn't?
Oh, yeah.
He said he received something in the mail from somebody else, and they did the exact same thing to him and wanted priority shipping on it, even though it could go first class.
Wow.
So he's having that error out there with the post office. So that's kind of crazy too. Head on into insulting offer of the week, and we have a lot of them today. Oh my goodness gracious! This may take us through my power back on. All right, I'm getting crazy. It's not going to take that long. The first one is courtesy of Mr. Magazine.
You're welcome.
A Vogue Vintage Magazine, March 29th, 1930. What were you asking on that, Mr. Magazine?
$94.99, and that's on sale. It was like probably $120.
And what were you offered on it?
$9.
So what would a brand new Vogue, if I walked down to the corner, cost?
I would say $8 to $10. Gotta be in that range now, yeah.
So this gentleman wants a 92-year-old magazine for the price of a new one, and you were asking $95 on it.
Correct, yeah. And you get a lot more pages, and it's larger. You're really getting your money's worth on those old ones.
Well, let me ask you a question, because we never really follow up. Did you accept his offer?
I did not accept it.
Okay, all right. Wanted to make sure. Right?
And I'm thinking about what did I pay for them in bulk? I bought like 20 or 30.
Oh, you paid a lot for those.
I must have a little under $50.
I was going to say $40, something like that sticks in my head that you paid
so
for
I
those.
paid 40, and he's offering me 25% of what I paid.
Less fees, less. Yeah.
I mean, is there anyone out in the planet that would sell one for that price to this guy? I mean,
not that's asking that price on it. If I didn't know what it was and I priced it at 15 and he offered me 9, I might take it. But otherwise, no.
Right. Yeah.
Ooh, 80s Mustang monthly magazines, 3 for $1.
Oh, nice.
Oh, a lot of them, $10 ended, no views. Oh.
Okay.
Well, that's I think probably one of those long tail type items.
Put it in the store, let it ride out.
Question for you: did you list it in the magazines area or the collectibles transportation area? Because in the transportation area, there is a spot there for magazines underneath automobilia. Just letting you know. I might list it over there.
True.
Or an idea: if you can make like 6 or 8 lots, do 4 in one spot, do 4 in the other spot. That way you drive traffic from both areas. That would be how I would end up doing it. I try to buy something. This is the area I just got. There's an issue processing your request. Look at this. We have live reporting of glitches of the week.
Great. Yeah.
We are going viral.
Can't
no
argue
doubt
with
at all
that.
about that.
That's nice. Nice feature. Nice feature.
And then a subscriber wrote to me with his insulting offer of the week. What do you, Mr. Magazine, world-renowned magazine expert, what do you pay on Jet magazines? What would you pay on it?
Oh,
normal ones, normal shape.
$1 or $2, depending on condition, labels, decade.
We may have to raise our voice some. It started to rain because today just can't get any better.
Yeah, I would say $1 to $2 with shipping included if they're going to deliver it.
So this gentleman had 40 of them up, and he's asking 10 to 15 bucks a piece. Somebody went through and offered him $1 a piece. So they're basically offering what you a dealer willing to pay. They're offering to pay. then Mr. Magazine had and again, we do apologize for this over here.
It's a monsoon.
Yeah, it's something or other. Sorry about this. Teen Magazine, April 1973, Elvis Presley, Sha-Na-Na, Flash Cadillac. What were you asking on? Or that was me. What was I asking on that?
28.21.
With free shipping. So I was asking $28 with free shipping. What was my offer?
$2.99.
What would that cost to ship?
$5.
What would it cost to ship, even if I cheated the system and shipped it out media mail? $3.49.
Yeah.
So they offered less than media mail shipping. Isn't that wonderful?
Well, guess what, Lee? My basement is the driest basement in Monroe County.
Wow.
There'll be no water down there unless I spill my rum and coke tonight.
Wow. Those are some pretty big words.
Yeah. We had a storm a couple days ago. Yeah, I went down there, dry as a bone.
Nice.
Can't argue with that.
Nice. Hey,
Yeah.
you should have given it the wrong directions, Don. Why'd you tell it to come here?
Yeah.
You think? The only thing that would make this day better would be if suddenly there was a leak in the ceiling and it
Right
started
there,
coming down right on my head, right in the middle of the show.
No, it's good. You're so loud they can hear you. It doesn't matter. Yeah.
And Dawn can hear me, and she had her speakers turned off on her computer. She can just hear me through the air.
Exactly. Yeah. Sounds like my wife at a sporting event.
Oh, and then yet another offer. Mr. Magazine had up Warren Sapp Buccaneers 2019 Panini Contenders autographed,
Yeah.
1 of 1. And what were you asking on that, Mr.
So
Magazine?
just to clarify, it's a
Go
one
ahead.
of one. It's the only one in the world. It's autographed by a Hall of Famer. So
Okay.
if he were to come to Rochester anywhere and do a show, he's going to charge, I got to guess, $75 minimum to sign anything. Minimum, 75 to 100. I mean, that's the going rate for Hall of Famers. Average Hall of Famer, great player, whatever, And they offered $20.
And what were you asking on it?
And I had free shipping on the cards. I was asking 100. It was on sale for 160. So it was probably close to 200 on sale for 160, and they're offering 20.
$20 on
A
it.
one of one. I mean, most one of ones that aren't even signed by bums are like $20. Yeah, it's just sad.
Yep. So that was a heck of a week of insulting offers. Don't know why everybody came out of the woodwork with that. Yeah. Well, now it's stopped raining, so
Lucky us.
that'll cool everything off.
Yeah.
And I'm sure it'll do wonders for my power getting back on sometime soon. Gonna get on into customer issues. I have a doozy, but I have one that's a less of a doozy. I had a gentleman. If you list a magazine as good as the drop down on there, can there be some flaws on it?
Absolutely.
Yeah, exactly. So this guy bought a magazine. I had a picture up of it, and then he wants eBay.
So he was getting what he saw.
He's getting what he saw. He gets the magazine. It was a wrestling magazine. Now, I took less than I should have on it. I think I took $12 on it because it's been up since 2015. So it's been up for 7 years. I'm happy to see it go. Well, he gets it, and he goes, I needed to use this for a signing. I can't do it. It's got a bend in the top corner that I didn't know it had. I can either return it or I can get some kind of a partial refund, whatever you think is best. I go, I'd like to have it returned, please. Because I know that I can go and I'll just list it better and end up going for, I'll end up with my money back regardless.
Sure.
Knock on wood, as of this moment, he's not returned it either. So he may have just been trying to get a, he may have a signing. He may not be able to get another magazine.
Right, exactly.
So he may be using it as if I can't get anybody else, any other magazine, I'll get this one signed. But I would rather, if I said, $5 partial refund, he would have been happy. But you paid $12.
You described it perfectly. That's fine.
And then the winner of this week's customer issue of the week. I want you, Mr. Magazine, to read what the title of this is.
All right, Mary Lou Retton, Action Wear for Girls by Adobe Ad Sheet. We've got the gold 1980s.
And it's got a picture of Mary Lou Retton.
Yeah, it's an ad sheet, so it's a piece of paper, I'm assuming.
Yes.
Yeah. All right.
Gentleman asked me, what does this advertise? I go, action wear for girls with I don't know. I said, it's just a sheet. I go, it's not from a magazine or anything. It's single-sided. It advertises what's pictured. Was it a leotard? I don't know. It's the action wear for girls.
I gotta assume, right?
Well, she's wearing a leotard.
Yeah.
Well, then I don't know. It's,
Well, that's what she's wearing, and she's in action. So she's exactly.
So finally, I just said, "Sir, I don't know. You see what I see."
Yeah.
Oh, thank you, Gil. Thank you very much.
Appreciate it. Very cool. Thank you so much.
I'm going to put that toward a generator.
That could help. Yeah.
Or maybe I'll get one of those, those flashlights that you squeeze
Yeah.
to get it going. Maybe,
Yeah, there you go.
maybe you think we can get internet off one of those?
You never know. We're gonna try for $10.
So you had me buy, and thank you again. You, I do appreciate that very much. You had me buy a stapler for one of your employees.
Yes.
So I went on and I bought a stapler, and I did not call and ask you on this. I made an executive decision.
Well, he's not stapler friendly. He doesn't know how to fill them. He breaks them. So hopefully you got him a good one.
I got him a high-priced one.
Okay.
Said it was good. Five-star reviews across the board by all the bots. But I did not ask what you thought as to whether I should get the extended warranty or not.
I would say no.
I did not get the extended warranty. You've gotten the extended warranty before on eBay. Mm-hmm. Do you remember what the name of the company was that provided the extended warranty?
Oh, was it Square Trade?
It was.
All right.
So I went, and it pops up and says, do you want the extended warranty? Mm-hmm. Allstate is now offering the extended warranty. And I don't know if anybody else noticed it. I don't know if there's been any announcement about it or not, but now Allstate is the one doing the extended warranty and not Square Trade. So that was just kind of a change I've seen.
So Jake
from, yes, exactly. He's wearing his khakis and he's protecting your staplers. He's got everything he needs out there. Kind of interesting too, eBay advertising. When I logged in to the site today, right up on the front page, it gives you all the advertising. Mm-hmm. They're advertising back to school.
Yeah.
Middle of July.
I was in Target and they have a back to school section already stocked.
Already,
up. Yeah.
But let me ask you this: you've got children in school still, correct? Mm-hmm. Have you gotten your school supply list?
No.
Have you even thought about back to school? What are you in? You're still in summer mode.
Right. Exactly.
I mean, I guess it's good that they're advertising that, but it seems like they're jumping the gun just a little bit. I don't think anybody's really thinking about
Why
it.
would you buy things that you don't know if you need them at this point?
Yeah, exactly. I don't know, but that's what they have. A couple of other quick things, and then we'll head into the main topic today. So I bid things on Heritage, right?
Okay. Before we get into that, you're gonna go over the whatnot, right?
It's on my list. I'm building up
right.
to
So
it.
you're talking about doing the main topic. Is that the main topic? I don't know what the main topic. I'm in the dark here.
I told you
I'm
what
in
the
the
main
dark.
topic was.
All right, let's go.
The main topic is what is the most important trait to reselling success. Remember you made your notes?
All right, I'll start thinking about that one now.
So I go on Heritage.
Hold on, Lee.
Okay.
School starts next week.
Oh.
Holy cow!
Wow, then I was
Can I send my
absolutely
kids
wrong.
down there?
You're gonna send them down there and then back up here so they get the full
Yeah,
school year.
exactly. Enforcers in the house. What's going on?
Wow, I had no idea. Yeah, up here it does not start till a couple of days after Labor Day.
Yeah, right.
But they just got out not even a month ago, 3.5 weeks ago. They just got out up here. Wow,
Well, yeah.
crazy.
In Frisco, same thing. Holy
Mid
cow.
late July. Wow. All right. Well, then I'm absolutely wrong for once.
It's a New York thing.
It must be a New York thing. Yeah, we don't go back to school till after September. Early September. So I was going through Heritage, and a Dale Evans #1 is up for bid.
Oh, wow. Nice.
So they have one, and then you can see what they sold for in the past. And if you click on the past auctions, you can see the actual write-up from the prior, So
Is
one,
it graded?
the one up now is yep.
Okay.
But the write-up mentions in there what the guide price is on it.
Okay.
Dale Evans #1, 2009. The very fine price on that comic book, $431.
Okay.
So a VF 13 years
That
ago,
makes sense. All right.
431.
I can see that.
2022, the VF on Dale Evans #1,
Yep.
$371.
I had a feeling it was going down.
It's gone down $60, leave out inflation and everything. So it's about
Yeah.
$100 cheaper now than it was. And And it's Dale Evans number 1. It's not like
right.
it's Gabby Hayes number 27. I mean, it's
I don't think I've ever had one.
No, I've never had one. They're not easy to find, but it's also something that people have heard of, like a Roy Rogers, a Gene Autry, a Dale Evans. And it's a number 1 issue, so those are going to hold their value better than just some, Wild Bill Elliott 111.
Well, I think it's just like you're talking about the undergrounds too. That it's shrinking. The people that are into cowboy comics and underground.
Oh yeah, but I don't think there's any better way of seeing it than when I saw that in black and white. I said, "Wow, that's crazy."
So you're saying you bought it?
I bid. Okay. I did bid on it. So I know Auction Professor did have a show where he is not a fan of Whatnot. He had a whole bunch of non-paying bidders on there.
Oh wow!
So he's not a fan of it.
I gotta watch that one. Maybe we'll watch it Monday. Sounds interesting.
Yeah, no, he kind of was railing against the site.
Is it a normal thing, people not paying, or just he got some bad buyers?
I think he got some bad buyers. Yeah, it might be somebody.
Is he doing records still? Is it record buyers the ones that are stiffing people, or is it?
Yeah, I don't know if he mentioned what he was or not. He must have mentioned it, but I don't recall. So, drum roll, please. Okay, that's not a drum roll. You were Johnny Drummer.
Well, we could do it on. I should have told me ahead of time. Would have had it on the phone.
There you go. So I paid you $200 for a box of comic books, including a Thundercats number 1 and a graded Venom, Lethal Protector, 9.0, CGC.
Yep.
61 lots, I believe I was able to get out of it.
More than I thought. Okay. Now, before you say what they sold for, what was your highest lot that you've sold in comics and whatnot?
Prior to this?
Yeah.
$15.
No, I mean your whole whatnot.
Oh, you mean a day?
Yeah, a day. Yeah.
120.
Okay, so I was hoping to shoot. I was hoping it goes for 200-300. I don't know. So this is the stuff that I sold you that's been sitting around forever.
Yes.
Yep. Okay.
So I ended up selling, and here's where I know. You know how sometimes you've gotten taken? Here's how I knew I got taken. The auction wasn't. The auction had ended like 3 seconds earlier, and I get a text from Mr. Magazine. Got another box of stuff to sell you. I said, "Oh boy, he saw me coming." When you got a fish on the hook, you got to reel him in.
Stuff. Well, I don't know what your success rate. So if you had 60 lots, what's your normal success rate? Half, maybe more.
We'll answer this question. We'll get back to the thing. Yeah, low quality will definitely harm sales. Definitely. No doubt at all about it. Yep.
Or scan. If there's anything you can scan, definitely scan it first and foremost.
Yep. On that. Oh, wow. All right. Yeah. Well, Don had said he had quite a few of them, so. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So, all in the auction, I probably sold 35 to 40 lots out of the 60. Maybe 30, 35 lots out of the 60.
So 50, 55%, 60%, sure.
$273.50. So after I gave Mr. Magazine his $200, I made $73.50. He was nice enough to have mostly arranged everything. I changed it up a little bit. I basically got paid $20 an hour is probably what I ended up making for myself, plus some comics out of it. So we'll try it again. We'll try it again. We'll get another deal.
Just think about it. It was my first one, and now we build on that, and we got to, luckily I have 10 Venom graded in the same range, and I got 50 Thundercats. So we could always add those. I don't know what they went for, but if they, know
what the third best-selling item was? This is funny, and anybody who's never watched my Whatnot, do watch it because I have what you call last call, and I'm surprised more people don't do this. I bring things up, and people come in and out of the room all throughout the auction. And mine's cataloged in order. I still can't figure out how to get it to show up in order, but it's in order. And if you show up at lot 7, you've already missed the first 6 lots, and say 2 of them haven't sold. At the end, I bring up, by request, anything that did not sell. A-Team did not sell.
Wow.
At the end, it was requested. So I asked $5 in every lot. Did not sell. $5 for 1, 2, and 3.
Okay.
It got requested at the end. I put it up at the end. It went for $17.
So
it's just a question of who's
came
in there
at the end and wanted that. So
it's just a question of who's in there. Yep.
Very cool.
I believe the Venom went for 30 something, just over a grading cost, unfortunately.
Yeah, but I mean that's what they're going for. So I mean you got guide on that. I mean, so that's cool. What about the Thundercats?
30, something like that.
A little under. That's probably 40, 50 low end on eBay probably.
Well, Amazon Seller 99, I'm glad you asked. Our local utility sucks. We are sitting here sweating in a warehouse because there's no power at my house, and I've lost power 3 straight days. Other than that, everything is wonderful.
All right, hold on. We got the
2 non-payers. Okay, one paid the next show.
That's 99.9% success rate. Yeah.
Wow, that's crazy.
Do you think people are just messing with Auction Professor or something?
I'm thinking so too. Yeah.
Or they don't realize the shipping is a lot or something like that, and they don't want to pay it. Who knows?
Could be at that. Yeah. Wow. So a couple of other quick things, or one quick thing. I want to thank. I like to thank Mr. Magazine because he attended the show. Dan Fogel and Jack DiMartino for coming in for the live show. Please do not take this the wrong way, Mr. Magazine.
Yeah.
I am glad you were not there for the live show because we were packed in like sardines to start with.
Yeah,
Can you imagine if we tried to fit 4 of us on there?
Well, to be honest with you, I think I spoke more being in the thread than if I were there anyways. If I was sitting in the back just watching, it's probably what I would have done. So, but I had fun. Don and I were going back and forth, and John Jones was there, I think. So
Mike Petraglia was there, Radio Parts was there,
he was there, so.
And I do apologize to everybody. I did not make it interactive. A couple of different reasons why. Number one, I was sitting at a weird angle to the screen. I was wearing my glasses, but I'm still half blind, and I also wanted to look at them as opposed to, I didn't want to handsome Dan. Wow, yeah, that's wonderful. That's wonderful. Oh, yeah.
Geez.
Until Dan Fogel in the middle would go, I could say anything right now, and you'll just shake your head. Yeah, that's super. That's super.
Yeah.
So I didn't want to pull a handsome Dan on him.
Yeah.
The other thing was, so I couldn't really see the feed to start with from where I was. And the other thing is I was a little bit skittish when I was there, and I'm going to tell you why. So we're all set to go on air. Mm-hmm. All ready to go on air. All set up, all set to hit live. And Dan goes, hey, how long do you think this is going to be? And I go, about an hour or so. And him and Jack look at each other and like, we're probably going to run out of steam. I don't know. And I'm like, oh boy. So I think they thought it would be like a 15-minute interview.
Yeah.
Something like that.
They don't know you, and we can push it. We can push 2 hours if we need to. But there's always something to talk about.
So I was like under time crunch as well. Like, oh boy, we'll throw out the last 7 pages of questions.
Yeah.
Positive though, at the end of the show. Oh, thank you very much.
It got better as it went on. Certainly, I felt.
Well, but the other thing too is at the end of the show.
Good stories.
Dan asked. He goes, "Oh, that was good. Thank you. How long was it?" And I go, "It was an hour." An hour? Wow, that flew by. Yeah. So I took that to be a real positive that I was able to keep them engaged for an hour and everything like that. So I was happy about that. So it was a fun show. A great guy. A lot of fun having it, and we're definitely going to try to get more guests on in the future. Except we're going to try to do it over video as opposed to. What we should get like some group with like 9 sellers, and we'll all just kind of be hunched together like this. It'll be wonderful. For the Whatnot Palooza, we'll have everybody come in for all the sellers come to my house.
A bunch of big guys,
All just
big,
around.
Burly guys, tall, big,
And then the power will go out. It'll be wonderful.
We'll just sweating and sticking to each other. Perfect.
All right, we're gonna head on into the main topic today. What is the most important trait to succeed on eBay or in reselling in general? And we definitely do put in the feed your thoughts. What trait do you think you need to be able to succeed? And we'll turn it over to you, Mr. Magazine. What do you think? And you can brainstorm a little.
There's 2. I mean, to me, these 2 are important. One, you got to have goals. I think goals to reach. You just can't say, "I want to list the, 2 today, 3 tomorrow, 1 whatever." I want to get to 200,000 positives. I want to get my sales to a certain point. They're up, they're down, but I want to get 500,000 items listed at some point. So whether it be a year, 2 years, whatever it is. So that helps me get to some goal. You need some. When I tell my son this too, he's an athlete. They're like, you got to have goals. If you're just going out there, you're not going to achieve maximum. You have to have some goals out there. So to me, that's important. Obviously, the other thing, hard work, and we have to put the time in. And it may never be enough. Whatever you put in, like I said years ago, I thought I was working hard, and maybe I was compared to other people. I stepped it up, and I'm probably working twice as hard now. And maybe I got to work even harder. If my manager, moves on, I may have to take that role and work 100 hours a week. I don't know. But it's something I'm willing to do and have to do to keep my business going, no matter who I lose. So if I lose 5 employees, we're down to 3, we're not going to shut down. You have to be a hard worker and have that mindset that you're going to do whatever it takes to keep eBay going in your online business as well.
Okay. We'll see what other people are saying there.
Well, first Popeye said something very important.
Oh, he'll be hanging out in the liquor room. I think we all will be hanging out in the liquor room.
Organization is key. We do the best we can. I'm not 100% organized, but it's something you got to put a lot of time and money, especially when you have employees. For me, I'd have to pay for organizing and stuff. And we talked about this years ago when, you got card sets you need to sort. It may not be worth paying someone, but some companies do that and they put time and money to organizing. It's something we do after the fact, so we do the best we can with
Well, I think like a Larry Frisch's cards or somebody like that specializes in filling people's sets, they obviously have to pay for somebody to sort stuff.
And it's something you have to keep up with. So if we started, or like you wanted to do the comics in order when you pull them and stuff, that does save time, but you're paying for the time early on. But if you're doing that, you got to maintain it throughout over 5, 10, 20 years.
Well, and that, we're going to throw one of your former managers under the bus.
Okay.
If it's all right.
Sure.
A lot of people are in that liquor room.
I love that liquor room.
John Doe just said something there.
Oh, persistence. All right.
We're going to throw one of your managers under the bus. Mm-hmm. So, Mr. Magazine had a bunch of comic books that I was in charge of finding. So I went and I alphabetized them all, more or less alphabetically. In fact, they may have even been completely alphabetical.
No one knew, probably, yeah.
So it was easy enough to find. He gave me something to find in the box, and I needed to find an Aquaman. I went to A for Aquaman.
This was years ago before we did the date codes.
Yeah, long time.
Yep.
In 2011.
Everything, records, everything was A to Z, yep.
Your manager then took over finding those because she was there every day and I wasn't there very often.
Right.
For whatever reason, she never could figure out that they were alphabetized. So she would take handfuls out, then put them in. So by the time when I was in to find something, they were completely out of order. And I believe I yelled at you and said, "What is she doing?
Yeah.
I spent all this time alphabetizing them, and they're all completely out of order now."
I didn't know until it was too late. Hindsight's 2020. Even when we moved from the one warehouse to another, and they were combining boxes, they were taking one box, dividing them up into 2 groups, and putting them into 2 other boxes. So now you got to look through 2 boxes. So it's things like that we're organizing. You got to think it through ahead of time, and then set your plan and do it properly.
Gil's into the liquor room. A lot of people are into the liquor room.
It reminds me, I got so much liquor in my house that we don't use. I'm going to start bringing some over and add to the liquor room.
Like I'm going to say no.
Yeah.
Trust me, with the week I've had.
I gotta email myself that.
Goals and hard work.
Yep.
There
we go. Lee and I are on the same page there. Sure.
Self-discipline. That's very important. Yeah.
And with Taekwondo as well. Sure.
It's a work in progress for all of us. It really, truly is. And you can't be lazy. I've helped so many friends learn to sell, quit in no time. They don't realize how hard we work.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, for sure.
Tough times right now. I try not to participate in the recession, but it's definitely a battle to keep sales up.
Yeah.
On the plus side, this month my electric bill will be a lot lower.
Well, yeah. Hopefully.
I'll be paying the minimums because they're not giving me electric most of the days.
10% of the month, you had no power.
Better late than never. Oh, yeah. Always pleasure to have you in here. So my thoughts, and obviously I have a mole in the organization because my sheet here lists 2 goals that were also put over there. 2 traits that were also over there.
Yeah.
I was down to 3, and my number 3, but you do not need this, is passion. I think passion is important, but it's not essential. And the reason why is you can do really well in a corner store peddling bananas and chewing gum, but you don't have to love selling bananas and chewing gum. You can treat what we sell as a commodity and still make a good living out of it. You having passion will make the job easier. Having passion, people will see your passion, and it will, flow through to them.
Yeah. Well, and I think my passion, I wouldn't be at this level if I didn't have passion. If I didn't enjoy 4 pallets of Disney snow globes. So I think passion is behind why I'm at this level. So it does help.
It definitely helps, but it's not one of the most essential. The 2 that I came up with being most essential were both the first 2 that were guessed there in the feed, and that would be persistence and organization. And I think that the reason why persistence, you're going to have slow days.
Yeah.
You're going to have potentially slow years, and you just have to go through those. No matter what, you just say, hey, I know it's going to get better.
Right.
Whether sales are slow today and you look forward and you say, hey, if I list 5 items a day or 5 items a day right now, I'm going to have how many of are up for the Christmas season?
Right.
Things are going to turn around at some point.
Sure.
So that's part of it, is the persistence. Between all the different venues, I've got 45,000 items up online as a one-man band.
Sure.
How did I do that? Persistence.
Persistence, yeah.
You list day after day, week after week, month after month, and it's one item at a time. I mean, there's no magic bullet. It's not like I magically can click my fingers and 10,000 items are listed. They're one at a time after another. Got to be creative about sourcing. I'm listing Elvis tickets tubs I bought on Whatnot for $2. I got a lot of 3 I sold from another source for 148. Whoa, nice.
Yeah.
Wow. Keep you in mind. Maybe I'll find some more ticket stubs to put into my next Whatnot auction. We shall see.
Speaking of ticket stubs, I picked up a signed Frank Reich, the Bills' the biggest comeback.
Yeah.
What do you think that's worth? I'm just guessing.
Oh. $40?
Yeah, I was gonna say $50. So it's pretty cool though. I mean, Frank Wright isn't a rare autograph, but being on that ticket, and he was a
the rare
quarterback.
ticket and the story behind it. Yeah,
absolutely.
And then organization is really important in so many different ways. It's important when you list, because obviously if you organize, it's so much easier. Like I picked up a lot of comic books at the one estate sale. I alphabetized them. It's so much easier because I can list Walt Disney Comics and Stories, 227. Walt Disney Comics and Stories, 226. Walt Disney Comics, as opposed to Walt Disney Comics and Stories, Our Fighting Forces, Andy Panda, Walt Disney Comics and Stories, and so on. So that definitely does help as the rain starts again. 6-7 days last week. Oh my goodness! Wow.
Wow, that's
very
awesome.
good. You got to build the audience up. That's what it comes down to on there. But the other thing with and keep that up. I know other people are talking. Keep that up because that's going to tie into organization in a moment after the monsoon passes through. But if you can't find your items, if you can't find your packing supplies, and so on, good luck to even getting things mailed out on the back end as well.
Yeah, true.
You need to be organized when you're listing. You need to be organized when you're storing. You need to be organized when you find the stuff. You need to be organized when you send the stuff out. You need to be organized. Even something as simple as bringing it to the post office. How many envelopes did I have? Because have you ever had stuff in the back of the truck and you turn the corner too fast and stuff all falls over? If you don't kind of know what you know, what's in there, what's going to end up happening?
That's happened with mail from a friend of mine that puts them in my vehicle, and sometimes a few might trickle out.
I'm sure they
a day
do.
Or two, nothing major.
I'm sure they do.
Doesn't happen very often.
But Donnie and Forsher's talking about Whatnot, and Jiminy Flippit, and he's a friend of the channel, and we've been on his show with him and Travis. Travis is doing his first Whatnot tonight, and I was talking to him on Instagram before the show, and he did not realize, and I think this is really important to anybody with Whatnot. I think organization on Whatnot is more important than anything else, because to take you backstage for a minute, if you listed Comic 1, Comic 2, Comic 3, look, some people do that, Comic 1 through 50. Let's say that you bid on it and you won Comic 3, Comic 7, and Comic 14.
Okay.
Literally all it shows is, Mr. Magazine, Comic 3, 7, and 14.
Right.
I got to remember which ones were 3, 7, and 14.
Yeah.
And I know he was saying he didn't put any pictures up, because sometimes you got to click through on a picture as well. So if I put Batman lot up and I don't do a good description of it, I sold 3 Batman lots. Which one did Mr. Magazine win? Right. Thank God I have a picture up, because I can click in a picture and say, it's the one with Detective 626, and I can pull it out. But that's where you need to be completely organized, even on stuff like that. I'm sure Don has the same problem with Hot Wheels. Because you can't just put Hot Wheel 1, Hot Wheel 2, Hot Wheel 3, and I win 7 Hot Wheels.
Yeah, right.
Well, how does he know which 7 to give me?
Exactly, yeah.
So you have to be really organized, and you got to be organized even going in.
What if you did 1 Hot Wheel for number 1, 2 Hot Wheels for number 2, and then 40 for Hot Wheels for number 40?
That would be fine as long as when you put them down, you keep them separate. Because if you just put them all in the same pile, then you're like, oh, geez.
Yeah.
This guy just got 40 random Hot Wheels?
True, yeah.
So, yeah, it's tough, to say the least, out there. So organization is very, very important.
Oh, geez, that's too bad.
Oh, sorry to hear that.
Paperboy knows those issues.
Yeah, I'll definitely have to talk to him about that then. So you have to stand out and be efficient. I probably ran over 400 auctions easily. Wow.
Impressive.
Between no power and my phone overheating, I don't.
I think you ran 12 auctions.
Yeah, right? Yeah, it's always a good idea. Do hit the like button. I'd like to thank everybody for putting up with us today. I'm sweating like a pig, and we got the rain coming intermittently, and I did a winner's choice this morning. I have to put in bags labeled as they choose. It's a bit scary. I might mess up though. Yeah, and Whatnot is a difficult site behind the scenes because it just is.
And what's a winner's choice? Just like an auction would be choice?
I don't know. I've never done a winner's choice.
Right.
I don't know.
Well, I think even though I don't do Whatnot, I'd like to know what a winner's choice is, and maybe Paperboy can boost up his sales that way.
That would help too.
Jeez, nice.
Wait, 400 ran in one day? Oh my goodness gracious. I can't imagine the packing on the back end of that. That's got, I mean, you must have multiples going to the same people and stuff.
Yeah, very cool.
Wow.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm doing 40 with...
And again, I mean, the Whatnot success people are having, you have to think part of the eBay sales going down has to be part of it. Because if you're buying Hot Wheels on eBay, and now you're not buying them on eBay and Whatnot, you're moving to Whatnot. So, I mean, I think that's, even if it's a few percentage that, people are switching, ships. So.
Well, all of us have only so much disposable income, or even if it's not disposable. Even if I'm buying from Don to resell, I've only got so much money I can put into inventory, especially if I'm not having sales. Yeah, definitely. Exactly. Yeah. Definitely. Put a tray of goodies out, and high bidder chooses one or more depending on your setup. Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it's kind of like choice at an auction. Then,
yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Okay.
Cool.
Yeah, I just had never heard it called winner's choice before. Yep. Do you have a rambling story this week?
I can give you one.
Why don't you give me one? Because
so
my brain is fried.
Everyone knows.
Hold on. Oh. Time for the rambling story of the week.
So everyone knows about my basement issues. So we solved the water issues, but we did not solve the flooring issues, meaning that we were going to put flooring down. One room we put epoxy. There's an area in the basement that gets no water because it's a step up.
Okay.
So there was my son Logan's game room. We put games in there, arcades and stuff, and we put epoxy flooring. Looks pretty good, really good.
Okay.
So once we got the water issues done in the rest of the basement, we were going to choose between the wooden boards, not like Pergo, but they're little thicker panels or planks, whatever it is, or the epoxy. So my son chose the epoxy. That's his area. Mm-hmm. And then we got a washroom and a weight workout room. So we were going to do the washroom and workout room we did with the speckles like you see in the garage. So we did that before the company came in to do the flooring. Well, they tore up the walls and stuff, so we had to redo those 2 rooms. And the company that did the flooring felt bad because all the trouble we had, so they're going to do those 2 rooms for free.
Oh, wow.
Well, you get what you pay for. So the owner's never there. He sends some other guy down with his son, and they did do it for free, the outer area of the floor where it was trenched. Did not blend very well. The washroom was okay, and a lot of things we were going to cover that area.
Oh, you're saying it's a washroom.
Yeah, we're putting washer and dryer. We're putting sinks and the air conditioning units. That's going to cover it. It blended a little better, but the workout room, you can basically see a dark U where it did not blend. So I told my mother-in-law, because she wants to get it all ready and clean up, she goes, well, let me wash it and clean it, because maybe when they did the floor, all this dirt came up, and maybe it's darker for that reason. Well, as she's sweeping it, the speckles were not glossed over, and she's sweeping up speckles. So they came 2 days to put the coloring down, then to coat it, gloss coat it, so the speckles stay down. Well, the speckles are supposed to stay down before that because they're putting it in the paint. Now I call the guy, I go, listen, not for nothing, I know it was free, but, he's supposed to do the other flooring. I go, well, this has to be done, this room, before we can do the big room, because we got to move the stuff around.
Yeah.
But it's just a complete nightmare. Now he wants to charge me to do it. It's labor.
Oh, you want it done right?
Well, for the tens of thousands of dollars we spent, we want it to look right. Look like it's worth, the money we're paying. So we're going back and forth, but it's, not the best rambling story. But again, we're still having basement issues, not with the water now, but with the appearance of the flooring that we're putting in. We'll get there. We will get there. Maybe next week. So,
which is more likely, your floor being right or me having power when I get home?
You having power?
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, you trust the utility a lot more than I do. Well, that's a good question, Don. Yeah.
400 lots.
3 hours or even till 5.
Oh my God, that's awesome! Wow.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I mean, where do you have time to even buy these cars that you're selling?
That is crazy. Hey,
project,
good. Good to you. Good to you. Good to Popeyes. Awesome, I know the two of you are doing wonderful out there.
Yeah.
Just to kind of give, we're just about done with the show, but I'm going to give a little bit of numbers here on things. My comic auctions, which you definitely want to check out every Thursday at 4 o'clock on Whatnot, assuming I have power. I get about 12 people regularly in there. I mean, there are more people wander in and out, but I tend to have about 12 people. The ephemera auction every Tuesday at 4 p.m. on Whatnot, I have 25 people this last week. Oh. So the ephemera seems to be growing really well.
Cool.
And again, I think I may have had a high of 29, and of course, people are coming in and out, and I'm doing better sell through on the ephemera, so that's really good on that over there. Probably, it's more what I'm known for than comics,
sure.
So that's part of the reason why. And I also think that there's less competition in ephemera. But the other thing too is, you think about comic books. Say I put up a Batman 229 or whatever, some random number, you may be able to find that in a couple of other people, throughout the week on Whatnot.
Yeah.
I bring up some dance card from a local Rochester school. There may not be another one in the world, let alone another one on Whatnot that day.
Smart, very smart.
So I'm happy with it on there. Those are the numbers.
Yeah.
Do stop by every Tuesday and Thursday at 4 o'clock on Whatnot, assuming I have power. Stop by every Monday at 4 o'clock, assuming I have power. Over at Facebook, the Vintage Syndicate and Ephemera. I got a nice cataloged auction all set up. I know it's got a little black Sambo in it. I know it's got some photographs in it. I know it's got a lot of interesting stuff. So do stop over there. Tell them Paperboy sent you. Stop by next Wednesday when hopefully we are at the house. Tuesday, Thursday, Saturdays are our regular shows, as everybody knows, and we do appreciate everybody.
Yeah.
We appreciate you even if you haven't hit the like button yet, but do us a solid if you could. Yeah. And we will see you next week if we have power.
For the record, Lee, I do have a pole that I picked up in an adult collection with a table and a massage table. But, maybe someday if I'm single, we can put them down in my basement.
There you go. And maybe I have power one of these days.
Take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.